How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions, or you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What did the policeman say to the belly button? You're under arrest. Under arrest? Anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN, which ended up finishing at $7. You know, we've been talking about this for quite some time. It's great to see that feat, but I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, and that bullish move, what we are looking for. And then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Does OCGN still continue to have short squeeze potential, and by what degree? We've been seeing all of the news in the media talking about its short squeeze and blah 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 blah. We're going to be checking out the facts, and then afterwards going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know where institutions loading up on shares today. We're about to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.05, being up 2.92% on the day. On the low, it tested $6.69, and then on the high, testing $7.10. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we traded at 13.463 million shares, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it was at 10.443 million shares. So we had above average volume, and we saw some strength, and we closed at the level of $7, what we've been talking about for quite some time. So when we take a look now at the indicators on our chart, we're using the 1-year daily chart. You can see from the RSI down below, we're right around 48.90. So we're pretty much in the middle, but technically still in the oversold territory. Now, when we take a look at the indicators on our chart here, you can see we have strength above the 200-day. We are also below the 100-day. And of course, you can see right here, we just closed just a little bit below the 21-day EMA here at $7.10. We did test $7.10 during regular trading hours, but of course, we ended up seeing some pressure there. So as far as going into tomorrow, this is the level that we need to pass. We need to pass this 710. A lot of people are going to be keeping their eye on this. And as soon as when we do pass that, of course, we have to see how well we can get through this $7.33 level. If we can get past this particular level, then the next area of resistance will be right here around $7.65. So if we decide to pull back as far as going into tomorrow, so whether it happens inside of the pre-market or during regular trading hours, of course, I want to see us continue to hold up this area here right around 680. We were able to do this yesterday, so part of the reasons why I want to see some strength there. We did test $6.69 on the day, but of course, this was an area that we were able to respect very well, and I'd also want to see that continue if we did pull back to that area as well. So now that we are at the $7 range, that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see us now make this move going into 8. If we don't get there, that's fine, because you guys already know I'm happy with $7. So with all of that said, I can't wait to see what OCGN does tomorrow. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 150,000, updated 16 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow free rate, it is at 7.05. Scrolling down further, taking a look at the short volume ratio history, and these are the numbers coming from FINRA, we can see for August the 2nd close, we were at 52.49%. This is definitely fairly significant here. On the 30th, we're at 57.51. So we're staying consistent, being in that 50% range, which tells us OCGN does continue to have some short squeeze potential. And if we have a lot of buying volume coming through the stock, we can look forward to seeing some strong moves moves to the upside, and a catalyst would definitely help us in that particular situation, as well as seeing strength in the market as a whole and some attention going into some of the smaller and mid-sized cap stocks. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow we had 18.51, and then on the outflow we had 21.33. On the large side, we had 1.04, and on the medium, we had 12.52. And then on the small, we had 4.95. Keep in mind, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the outflow side, it was at 21.33. On the large, it was 0.70. On the medium, it was 14.96. And as far as for the small, it's at 5.67. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for August the 3rd, we had an inflow day. So institutions were getting involved in regards to purchasing shares. But one of the things that we need to take a look at, they do have earnings that's going to be coming up. They're going to be having their call and so forth. So are institutions loading up on shares to dump them later? Hey, we're going to have to find out, because I know many traders are going to be swinging off the fluctuations as well, and they are going to be playing the anticipation. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, I'm definitely curious to see how it's going to perform for the rest of the week. And part of the reasons being is we know that they have their earnings call going on August the 6th. So taking that into consideration, yes, there is some anticipation, and many are going to be listening out to hear what Shank really has to say. And part of the reason being is there's a lot of short squeeze potential inside of this stock. If he ends up breaking out some really good news, we could see some very strong moves to the upside for OCGN. But the other thing we need to keep in mind, there's definitely going to be a lot of traders going in and out of this play, and they can be playing that earnings run up. So we could be seeing even more volatility going forward. But one thing that was great overall, we were green on the day, and we also saw strength in the market overall in general. So with all of that said, definitely keep an eye on OCGN and see how it is performing. Depending on what your strategy is, there's many avenues that you can actually explore. If it is short term, of course, you could trade off of the fluctuations, or if you're going long term, of course, you want to be looking out for pullbacks and taking advantage of those areas in regards to making sure you're getting it at a good deal and you are not overpaying. Do keep in mind we are still waiting in that WHO approval in regards to the EUL that's supposed to be coming in the second week of August. We're also seeing, as far as for the Delta variant is concerned, it is continuing to wreak havoc, and Covaxin is very effective against it. So I feel as soon as when we get that EUL from WHO, things can really start taking off as far as for OCGN, because we already know they're definitely working towards working with Canada and as well as the US to make sure that we have an overall successful launch. But again, I really do feel like this WHO decision is going to have a big time impact. It's going to impact the stock and as well as things moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.